Okay, folks. So you may confuse this with hideouts, and we have already done the smallest hideout ever. But this is the smallest bypass ever, and bypass was a hideout-inspired map, which I've made for Hidden Cup, and will be used in the main event of Hidden Cup, which is February 25th through March 3rd, which means if you're watching this on YouTube, that's actually coming soon. It'll be live on Twitch and on YouTube, and there'll be more info on that. Basically, the difference here between hideouts and between bypass is you have palisade walls on the outside. Well, Matador did have palisade walls on the outside, and he deleted them. And then you also have an opening through the middle, and, well, now Ozone deleted that because he wants to make houses there. Listen, there's limited space, guys. There's not a lot of space to move around, and I think that's part of it. But, yeah, technically, this could be an area where you're aggressive through the middle. Now, you cannot build on the sandy terrain. The ostrich are trying to escape. No way. No. Oh, Ozone almost sniped the ostrich. Ozone noticed the ostrich run through and tried to re-wall it so he could steal it. Man, I'm trying to get my intro in here. This is very complicated, but you cannot build on that sandy terrain, so a tower rush is not a huge possibility here. But yeah, when Matador deleted his walls, he also deleted a piece next to that gate, which allowed the ostrich to escape. Okay, so we've got Goths for Matador where the hunt lasts longer. They also get loom instantly, which is nice. And then we have Mongols for Ozone, where the hunt is 40% faster. And there's also tons of hunt. Now, in normal bypass games, you don't always see players use the stuff on the sides because it is so far away. But because everything is so close, because this is the tiniest bypass ever, it actually makes sense to be aggressive for that. Especially if you're these two, who are very aggressive players. I'm also noticing that there's only a few gaps between the berries. So it could actually be possible to use the berries as part of a wall. So palisade, 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 and suddenly that is blocked off. And that's kind of a possibility over here as well. So I think forward walls would make a lot of sense here. Now remember that any ranged building is nerfed. So it has half the normal range. Why is Capture Age lagging for me? It was really weird. Did that happen for you guys too? Sorry if it did. So the town centers, towers, castles, everything. It has half the normal range. So it will not be as effective. And wow, we actually see a mill here from Matador. So he's using the mill as part of a wall? That's kind of smart. Shout out to any Millwall FC guys out there. If this is a Millwall Fast Castle. Millwall FC, popular club. I actually don't really know too much about Millwall FC. I just have said Millwall FC before. And then people thought it was funny. So that's just me making a reference. But what division are they in? Can anyone tell me? I don't even know. Are they in like Division 4, 3? Maybe it depends on the year. They're in League 1. Oh, okay. Okay. They're in the championship. Didn't know that. Well, I mean, relatively peaceful game so far, I would say. And Matador is going to take this side. So he actually walked forward and got a very forward wall down. He's now going to back away as well. So Matador has all this hunt, all this stone, all this gold. And he's trying to now wall this side, but he didn't know that Ozone was already over here. And Ozone is not about to let this villager escape. And Ozone goes bam. And Ozone goes boom. And then Matador goes bam. And Matador is now trapped. It would have to be a crazy quick wall for Matador to save this villager now because Ozone has nothing else to do and will know he just needs to block. So double mill wall. I think Matador is considering a fast castle. Ozone is definitely not. Like, Ozone is definitely going to be aggressive here in some capacity in feudal. I could see towers making sense, but then again, towers are nerfed. And, ooh, Ozone ran through the middle and actually built a wall piece there. Yeah, I mean, technically, he could delete that later and run through. I just don't know how smart that is. What elo are these players? If they're gonna rewatch all of this and hear me later, I'm gonna call Ozone a 2200 rated player because I think he's in a bit of a slump right now, and he's gonna be really annoyed by the fact I brought that up in front of thousands of people. But realistically, these guys are like 2K4, 2K5 players, so they've really high elo players. Top 30. They've been in the top 30 range, usually like top 40, top 50 range. They did both play in the Hidden Cup qualifier. Ozone lost 3-1 to Ganji, who actually qualified for Hidden Cup. And that series could have gone to 5 games to give you an idea of his quality. Matador lost to the Max 2-1. Yeah, I know saying only 2200 is... It seems a little rude, maybe, to people who could maybe never, like, you know, dream of getting to, like, 2K, let's say. But yeah, Ozone has reached higher heights than that, so realistically, that's where he's at. So Ozone goes fast feudal. He's going to add archers, and he's also dropping a tower here. And these villagers are going to be able to break through. Now, again, the tower lacks range, so if this was a normal tower, these villagers would be getting hit, but they're not because we have a custom version here. Now, Matador... He is dropping a tower on this side, which protects this side, and also denies the berries, which I think is very nice. So far, I think I prefer Matador's position, but then again, Matador doesn't have archers. And Matador doesn't have the stone to make another tower, so maybe this could make some progress here for Ozone. And then maybe Ozone will deny these berries. And then these guys will have to decide to just take their berries at home. Still do wonder if the middle's gonna mean anything here. Guys, I think we might get Castle Age from this. It is so rare to see even Castle Age in some of these games, especially with the hyper-aggressive players. But there's still lots of food available. They have access to resources. Now, this is where... This is hilarious. The towers don't range each other. This tower cannot range this tower because of the half range. But in previous games, Ozone went for... Look at Matador be a nerd right now. Look at him. He's like, I might attack your scout. He's definitely... He can't help himself. Matador has to click his scout. But in previous games, Ozone got fletching. And I think he might have labbed it out now. Where with fletching, he could actually shoot this tower down. Ozone's villager is getting attacked there. He just pulls that villager away. And now with fletching in, he can range the tower. That's really smart. So fletching actually has a much bigger effect in this than a normal game, right? Because fletching adds 25% more range. Or actually, I think 20% more range, because base range is 4 in this, which we've changed. I keep thinking it's 3. It might actually be a percentage, but Capture Age can't show a percentage, so it might be 3.5. I think it's actually 3.5, and Capture Age is rounding up. No fletching yet for Matador, as I say that he's getting it, and they're both just maybe going to play this game where they send archers into towers. In which case, I think I would prefer to be in Ozone's position because Ozone has more archers. He already has 5 archers loaded up in this thing. So, feels like he's winning that war. Still berries, still hunts, still goats. And then over here, we have the same thing where it's an archer and 4 villagers. So yeah, we have just arrived to another tower war. All the same, even though we've nerfed the towers for these games, trying to avoid them. I mean, towers are just so... It's just a really strong thing to have out there. Regardless. And this isn't being repaired. Matador might need to notice, repair it, and then hop back in, which he's doing. Now, I think what's funny is I don't think this tower can actually hit the repair vills. So I think Matador could be fine. I think you should only make... like 8 archers. I think if you go over that, you're over making archers. Because archers that aren't in a tower are useless here. And I would say you go 4. What you want to do in these situations, guys, is you go 4 archers in the tower and then 1 vill. That way you can always pull one guy out to repair I see too frequently where players will go 5 archers. Like, I guess this is fine for Ozone, but sometimes players won't have a villager around to repair. Matador has collected 1,000 more resources here. It also get wheelbarrow, though, which... I mean, it doesn't hurt, but it also doesn't help you that much when you don't have many farms. Again, you cannot tower, you cannot build on that sand terrain there. So, a tower there does not feel that useful. Right now, Matador doesn't seem that interested in trying to deal with this tower anymore. But it might just be because he's distracted. And they will continue to repair their towers. And here comes Ozone. Ozone sees the scout. Matador notices this. Matador's like, you want to party? Let's party, bro. Again, TC range is affected as well. Otherwise, you would never be here. And Scout is a distraction. Scout goes down. Matador pulls the villager back. So does Ozone. Wheelbarrow. Oh, wheelbarrow being in actually helps a lot with the villager speed in these situations. Matador almost got trapped there. And, ooh, there's the tower. You need to counter tower this right now if you're Matador. Matador just lost a villager. Matador just lost a tower. Matador is getting surrounded right now by Ozone. I think you have the counter tower, that one. Oh, surprise! The archers went into the TC and out. What a play! Oh, that was epic. That was epic from Matador. That was his plan. And just like that, he's right underneath this tower. He's attacking it. And the tower will go down and the villagers will have to escape. And now the archers that were in this tower need to come over from Ozone. Now, we're not finished because Ozone has a lot of archers. And now Matador needs to run. And as he runs, he loses more. And, oh, man. Some pretty high-level stuff there from both of them. I mean, Huskarls could be insane here for the Goths if you could get a castle down. I actually think there is a chance that Ozone will run past this TC. The TCs have 3 range. When he sees his opponents in castle, and he can see his opponent's base right now. He can see his opponents on stone. I think he might be terrified. I could definitely see him just running through. Well, maybe he can't now. I do love the double tower here, though. That's a really nice position. Siege would make sense for Matador. He did that when he was playing as Celts in another game. In a similar position. But let's see what he does first thing. I think he wants the castle more than anything. Yeah, no siege workshop. He will want to place a castle here. Now, if these towers were max range, this would be a stronger position for Ozone. He's going to drop a castle there. That castle will go up. It cannot be denied. Now, some villagers could go down, but the castle will go up. Interesting. Very interesting. Your towers also become stronger in Castle Age, so it's more likely that Matador can shoot this tower down. Now, let's see how much does this castle really shoot down now. This is the first castle we've seen with the adjusted range. So that tower will go down. Castle just has 5 range. So that means this tower will stay, which is really annoying. Ooh, Huskarl. Oh, Huskarl's gonna run through! Millwall! Millwall gate! Huskarls into your eco could ruin the game for you here if you're Ozone. Look how many villagers he brought to this. Nice job from Matador 2 to realize he could delete some walls to get through there. He does not have any food income right now, by the way. None. So he's not going to make many Huskarls. He's got 16 on stone. Is making siege. I don't even know if there's space for another castle. Can you fit a castle over here without deleting all your buildings? I don't think so. I don't know why Capture Age can't handle the smallest map ever. But it does lag occasionally. There's literally nothing going on compared to a normal game. Obviously not literally, but... Ozone about to be in castle. Ozone will be banking up stone for a castle as well. It feels like a castle here is natural just to defend this area. This is now the most vulnerable side for Ozone. Oh my goodness. A ton of exposed villagers. Now you probably don't want to build the castle here, but you might feel like you have to. Okay, I mean, that is a risky castle. That is really risky. I don't think this goes up. Abort. 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 Abort this mission. Abort. Abort. Abort it. Ozone. Throw zone. What are you... Yeah, well, okay, that is bad. That is really, really bad. Because if you delete the castle foundation now, you probably won't have the stone for another one. And then it also opens this up. This foundation is now a wall for you. That's not good. It is a very nice wall. I'll give him that. Okay, he's going for his own siege workshop now. His stone income was also over here. I mean, if he breaks through, maybe something could happen. Now, Matador's going to have another castle soon. Matador's done a great job with Vill production. Like, really good job. I don't know how he has so many Vills. Here come Vills. Ozone is going to continue to wall, a.k.a. build the castle. Now, he has to delete this to get stone back. He's trying. He doesn't want to have to delete it. Delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it. Okay, so he has 400. No! He's got 648 stone. And okay, he buys more. That's always one of the worst things to see, right? When you really need a castle, seeing that. Ooh, the defense has been amazing so far. There's archers here which will defend from a Huskarl, because you can't see many more Huskarls. I think Ozone doesn't want a castle that defends him right now. He wants a castle that can somehow do something against the enemy, but that means he needs this position. Now, ranged units like Siege and Archers, they are still normal stats. It's just towers and castles and TCs. Ooh. Dude, that is... Oh! If we were doing this on the current patch instead of the tournament patch we're using for Hidden Cup, those archers would be dead because of the regrouping. You don't even need to ask what patch. If you know, you know. Oh, man. Let's see. Big shot. 1 for 1. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, again, you can't castle the middle. You can't castle that sand. Because it's unbuildable terrain. Big moment in the game. Big shot. Archers actually... Oh, man. Great shot there from Ozone as well. Oh! Oh, Ozone loses his siege. And even though the Huskarls will go down, a great position here for Matador. On the smallest bypass ever. As a villager lead, has the whole left side controlled, and then has the whole right side walled. And I think right now Ozone is thinking... I'm stuck. What do I do? Because you don't want to have to build this castle because it doesn't give you more control over the game, but I do think it's the right castle to build. Because at least then you can make Mangudai, which are a really good unit against Siege. So again, TC and castle range is nerfed, so these archers are actually quite strong, and Ozone thinks about running through. He does kill quite a few villagers. And also has Matador distracted here. And just a 1 for 1 in the end. Archers are really strong in this position. El Matador has a lot of stone. 1,300 stone. Oh, get the relic! That's funny. Ozone will get a relic. Exciting times. Doesn't really have the food eco to do too much. Is denying that tower, though. Has the siege, though. Is really microing a lot right now. This is where it helps to not have eco, because you don't have other things to focus on. Ozone. Ozone. Great recovery. Okay, now has to be worried for wood income soon. Oh my god! Did you see that shot? That shot was insane. Okay, so that is what we call a crop shot, okay? Because you can get a little bit of extra range on your siege if you click a farm, because the shot will always hit the middle of the farm, but you don't have to necessarily be in the normal range to click the farm. It's kind of weird. But look at the range on this bad boy. Look at this. Beautiful play from Matador. Oh, God, we're going the wrong way. My capture rate just bugged with that. Anyways, we're going to rewatch it and continue. But that... Dude, that shot was disgusting from Matador. That was a beautiful crop shot. And meanwhile, he's just going to get stomped over here. And no crop shot for him again. I mean, listen. I think there's a shot for Ozone here. And obviously, in a normal game, it wouldn't be possible. But it's small maps. Another big shot there for Ozone. And Mangadai can shred everything with good micro. So these three Mangadai, I mean, you get a bonus against Siege with Mangadai. He has Bod Canero. The opponent doesn't really have eco to make many Huskarls. I think Mangadai can hit and run and potentially bring this game back. I really do. There's so many different areas they could potentially go to. Like, what is Matador supposed to make? He's supposed to make Huskarls. But he has to find farming eco. There's no space for farms. If this were me, people would be making fun of my farms. But, you know, this is just because there's no space. And also, a couple monks can always convert Huskarls too. I think Matador, he needed maybe to get a castle to secure one of these areas, but he also didn't have space for that. If you can't fit farms, you're not going to fit castles. Like, a castle over here would have been great, but it was always so risky. This is a micro scenario now for Ozone, who barely has access to wood, but does have access to some gold. And again, does have a relic, but he did just lose a mangonel again. Dude, delete the farm. Don't let him crop shot you again. Or just don't roll over the farm. That's the other thing. This is a great game. I wonder if Ozone actually believes. I would guess not because of how bad this looks right now, but I do think it's winnable for him. Matador's done a great job to stabilize here. He'll drop a tower. Just any extra level of resistance is fine. Again, though, the towers could be outranged by the siege. So the towers should actually offer very little. And this tower offers very little. And this tower will go down. Now Ozone sees the mangonels on the way. And tries to micro. But still gets sniped there by Matador. Who's done a nice job with his siege micro. Better than he was doing before. And now we've got a castle. That's a big one. Still will have half range. There's Mangadai and Siege on the way. Panic time. This is where the hyperventilating begins. Mangadai are insane. The micro from Ozone is good enough. The castle is at 60%. Big shot. Mangonel from Ozone. Gets more kills. Mangadai still microing. This is getting more kills. Castle's at 85%, but the castle will go up, which means Ozone needs to find wood. Matador might be thinking about the Imperial Age here, and he's imping. Whoa. Okay, so thank God. So I said if we saw imp in today's show match that I would give 20 subs to the stream. He makes it to imp. I was thinking of saying hundreds because I was so certain that between these two, we would never say imp. I was going to be like, yeah, 500 subs, just because I was so confident. Thank God there was some little voice of reason. So we'll see if he makes it to imp. I mean, right now he's losing all of his villagers. That's the thing. 1,000 food and 800 gold invested to imp. All for Trebs. So he needs 200 wood and 200 gold for one Treb. He does not have that right now. Like, this is really bad for him. But the Trebs are going to be insanely strong. And, oh! Ozone can see that Matador is desperate for trees right now. This is so funny. Actually, I think it'd be worth it building a lumber camp over here. Okay. Crazy game. I mean, he'll probably use the market to get the Trebs. He's going to do it once he's closer to Imp. Like, when he gets to the point where he wants Trebs, he's going to probably force the issue and try and figure it out. Big attack rounds. Mangudai, though. Mangudai back away. Tower goes down. Matador's in big, big trouble right now. And I believed for a reason. Ozone has been able to realize these crazy settings and where he's limited. But if he loses his castle to a Treb... I'll tell you what Matador needs right now, guys. He needs to send a villain into this castle, out the other side, and wall here and wall here. And that way his Treb can sit here. He needs an area where his Treb can sit, where Mangudai and Siege can't range it easily. And, like, right here is a little risky if this is open. Matador has one Treb on the way from this castle. God, the Siege micro has been really good from both of them. Huskarl. I think it might have got deleted. I'm not sure. Oh, man. More good micro. Good shot from Matador, but he loses his Mangonel. And there's the Treb. Now, this is precisely what we said, right? You have to wall this up so units can't run in. Now, what does Ozone do about that? Oh, he's got a Mangonel. Okay. Because the castle has half range... I don't think this Treb can be protected. Oh, that's so bad! Oh, that's so bad! Like, Matador followed the same instinct I did, but simply just didn't build into his plans the fact that the castle range isn't there now. Oh, so you can't even... Like, going fast in for Trebs isn't near as strong here because the castles don't have that range. And now he doesn't have another Treb. And now he doesn't have the Vil count his opponent does. He has 2 castles, but he can't do anything with it. And Ozone's able to make more Mangudai. He's able to make more village. Well, not really make more villagers. Actually, he has no food income. But he's going to get relic number 2. Woo! Yep, Trebs simply just don't do... The biggest part of a fast imp Treb push is the fact that your castle is your weapon. And if your castle can't be your weapon, you're kind of screwed. Very interesting. Matador's still going to fight here. But I do not think he can win from here because the castles don't protect enough. It's all... The only range that's been changed in these games is ranged buildings. Trebuchet is a weapon, right? Obviously, Mangudai is military. Siege is a weapon. But towers and castles, things that have been so dominant, even TCs, things that have been so dominant and strong, we changed for this. And I think we've just found out that fast imping is not so good a play, but also an amazing play from Ozone to win this. He's about to get relic number 4, by the way. And Treb is just back here right now. Where's that monk going? Okay, there he goes. Why would you pick Goths here when there's no food on the map? Because you didn't watch the start. Sorry to be so brutal, because you weren't here to make the assessment. Goths were a great choice. Goths were a fantastic choice. Look, even the siege outranges the castle. Matador's probably like, this is stupid. I actually really did not watch the start. Yeah, I know. It's that's why I said that, because you would never make such a statement. You'd never make such a statement. Let's go, Treb. Let's go. Let's go, Treb. You can do it. The most important Treb. No, don't micro, you nerd. Ozone. Let him kill something, dude. Oh, God. Ozone just killed 5 of his own Mangudai. Man, Ozone was really hoping I'd be, like, casting this. Like, what an epic player. What about this? Oh, he just killed his own units. Game ends, though. What a fun game that was. Matador says, forgot about small castle range. GG. Yep. Yep. That's a saluter right there. We salute both of them for that one. That was a fight. That was one of the best ones we've seen of these small maps because we saw so many different aspects tried out throughout the game. We saw different levels of aggression, different levels of defense. In the end, Matador forgetting, and I even forgot too, that the castle range was still reduced is what hurt him. Because normally you use the trebs beneath the castles, and that would be enough, but it was not. Would have been tough for him. I mean, Imp is so expensive, so it would have been tough for him to be able to go Imp and also make army. We could see when he went Imp and he stopped investing into military, how bad it got. He started to lose ground everywhere. He started to get killed off. But it felt like Ozone was really far behind in that game and was able to bring it back. And now, well, they're going to play a few more for us, but just some lessons learned. I'm a big fan of how these two have been fighting, and we'll obviously have more. But if you'd like to see excellent fight and maps that are not so small, you should definitely think about watching Hidden Cup 5 main event, guys. Hidden Cup 5 main event is coming February 25th through March 3rd. I hope people on YouTube enjoyed this. It will be live on YouTube as well as on Twitch if you want to see the greatest Hidden Cup ever and play your part. Just summing up some of the stats here. Is there anything to really talk about that we didn't already talk about? We could look at the KD to confirm it was 4 Mangudai that went down when Ozone killed himself. I think that's about it. Economy looked really good for Matador there. Just never felt like the economy was good enough to make a lot of Huskarls, which is so tricky.